right, think about everything you have to go through just to get on a plane these days. You take off your shoes, you walk through a scanner, maybe even get patted down. But this man, reportedly on parole, skipped all of those steps just to get on this flight from San Diego. Police say he sneaked on this plane without a ticket, just took a seat, snuck on. Might have stayed, actually, if this very astute flight attendant had not yet realized that there were one too many people on board that particular aircraft. Let me bring in by phone San Diego Harbor Police Chief John Bolduc. The airport is in his jurisdiction. Chief, welcome. Let's just begin with the question everyone wants answered, and that is, how did this guy get on the plane in the first place?
Well, Brooke, that's a great question. I think we've got to figure it out at this point. It was definitely a breach of security, but we have multiple layers of security built into our airports, as you know, and the backup systems were able to catch this guy. First of all, he went out an emergency fire door, which triggered an alarm, which caused the airport security staff to review the video footage of that alarm. They immediately dispatched harbor police officers. They were there within 4 minutes. They were able to talk to some witnesses, find out that they saw this person go out that door and head onto the tarmac where a number of people were boarding the plane. He was somehow able to blend in with the other passengers and got on board.
Do you know, let me just jump in because you point out, you know, the fact that he set off alarm bells literally for going through that emergency door. Do you know if he went through TSA screening like we have to do each and every time we hop on a flight?
No, he completely bypassed TSA screening. He was in a public area and went out an emergency fire door, which gave him access to the tarmac.
I mean, is this something that you stop and think about and just kind of, I mean, it makes me a little nervous to think that this could still happen here, given everything we're going through.
Well, again, the good news is that there are multiple redundancies put in place with the systems that we have. And, you know, the guy did breach security, but he was caught. The flight crew, the responding officers, the security staff, and even the airport operations crew, once the alarm went off, they held the plane until officers arrived. The flight crew did a great job. They realized they had an extra passenger, started checking tickets.
Thank goodness.
The guy figured the gig was up and decided to get off the plane. And as soon as he deplaned, he went right into the arms of our awaiting officers.
Does this, though, Chief, raise alarm bells to you, perhaps that there are ways to breach security, not even go through security, to hop on some of these smaller planes instead of the larger jets? And do you think that that should be looked into? So many hearings on Capitol Hill. Here's another one.
Well, anytime you have a breach of security, it's important to go back and review all of the facts and all of the procedures and find out where there were gaps and where we can make improvements. And again, that's why we have multiple layers, so that when somebody violates the law and exits a public area into a secure area, there are ways that we can detect them and eventually locate them. And in this case, you know, the guy was caught within about 5 minutes.
Yep, out of jail and right back in. Chief John Bolduc, thank you for calling in.